So how do you sort of sum up the day for the offense today?
Yeah, I think football is a team sport, and we got the W today against a good team overall. Obviously, talked about a lot about last year and how we felt after the game, and felt like we came in and played as a team. Obviously, offensively, we want to do even better, and we will. And we got to look at the tape to kind of figure that out. But defense played great. Uche 3 sacks, Judon 3 sacks, Bentley sack, DY's half a sack. So it was just sacks everywhere. So we kind of knew that our defense was going to control the game given the circumstance with the other team, and that's a good defense that we went against. I think there's good players all around. I don't think they did anything crazy in the game that we didn't expect, but we got to hit our targets a little better here. But no turnovers from my part, which is an improvement. But we put the 2 fumbles on the ground, which we'll fix, and that's one of the things we talked about was just controlling the ball and not turning the ball over. So did a good job there, and obviously we want to score more points in the red zone. I'm not sure how we finished there, but definitely had some short fields that we want to score on, and I thought we fought hard and won the game. In NFL, it's hard to win. It takes everybody. Like I said, last year was a different story, and we won this year, so that's all that really matters.
Dan Roach in the back.
Mac, obviously, like you mentioned, you guys got the W. It's 4 of 5 now. What do you take from yourself and no turnovers today and that offense as you go into the bye week? What would you like to accomplish during the bye week as you get ready for the final 8 games of this regular season?
Yeah, I think, like I said, we just want to play our best team ball, and our defense and special teams are playing really well, and we're playing good at spots, but we need to just continue to kind of go up here and stop riding the wave, which we will. I think we have really talented players at every position. Even today, the guys that stepped up with, I guess, what was it, four or so starters out of the game. It's pretty impressive to go in there and not have a lot of drop off and beat a really good, team. So we'll look at everything. I know our coaches, they've been grinding it out and doing a great job just putting us in a position to succeed, and we just got to go out there and execute a little better. And, the bye week or whatever you want to call it is always a good time to physically, get yourself back, and then obviously mentally, and then X's and O's wise, just see what you're doing really well and see what you're not doing as well. And I know our coaches will do a great job grinding it out, and we'll be on the same page.
Kerry Thompson on the right, far right.
Over here, Mac. Sorry, all the way to the right. All the way to the right.
Oh, yeah.
All the way to the right. What's up? What's up? Obviously, you won more touchdowns, but you talked this week about not going broke by making sure you're taking the profits. How do you feel you and the offense did that today on the whole, especially against a challenging defense like the Colts?
Yeah, I think we definitely want to move the ball, and when we get the ball as an offense, we want to score on every possession, and we want to score touchdowns. And sometimes when we don't do that, we get a little frustrated, myself included, but at the end of the day, it's about controlling the ball. When we don't turn the ball over, our statistics are really good to win the game. Sometimes that's hard to realize, but we talk about that internally all the time, and when we do that, we usually win. So definitely some things I'm sure I'll see on film that you want to have back, but at the same time, you got to move the ball, and we got to eliminate some of those negative plays, and we're just in long yard situations just way too often, and it's the NFL. Like, these guys are pretty good. So if you put yourself behind the sticks, your percentages plummet. It is what it is. But you got to fight through it and figure out a way to be better on first and second down, and then that helps you on third down. So.
Just 2 things off of that. You mentioned, and what guys are talking about as well, the negative yardage where the penalties are, and also the consistency factor. How do you get better in those 2 areas specifically?
Yeah, I think it starts in practice. And I feel like we have a really good group of guys, and we need to make this our thing. It's all right, we need to take it personal for the offense that we're getting too many penalties, or, I'm missing a guy here or there, or whatever it is. Like, we need to just nail that down and find out the issues and just create, there's problems, obviously, clearly, and we just want to fix anything with a solution. And I feel like we've done a good job of that, but we really need to pick that up to beat, some really good teams here coming up. So we know what it takes. We have good players. We got good coaches. So it's a group effort, everyone being on the same page and coming together. And, every day at practice, that's all you can control, right? You have to line up, do your job whether that's block somebody, whether I have to hand it off, throw it, whatever, change the play. So it's all an individual effort, but at the same time, when you get 11 people on the same page, all that stuff will look a lot better.
Mac, you're now 9 games into playing with a new coaching configuration on offense. How would you describe how or where you, Bill, Matt, and Joe are in terms of just being in rhythm and accomplishing what you want to accomplish?
Yeah, I think we were focused on today, and today we kind of hit some of our targets, but wanted to hit even more of our targets. So they've done a great job preparing us for the games. Coach Belichick, just in our meetings and stuff, or anything that he sees, he's always providing that information for us as quarterbacks from a defensive perspective, which is great, and that's continued, and that's helped me a lot. And with Coach Patricia, obviously we've grown together, and he's done a great job. He's a great leader of men. He loves football just like all of our coaches, and he's going to give it his all every day from 6 a.m. until whatever it is, 2 in the morning. So I know that they're all going to give their all, and Coach Judge, same thing. He's here early, trying to find ways to help me and trying to help me play as best I can. And we're still growing together. It's not going to be a perfect picture every play, but as long as I'm doing my part and the guys around me are trying to do their part, we'll be in a good spot.
Mac, admittedly, it's easy for us to say, oh, there's a guy on the other side of the field that might have been open or something like that on plays. But when you come to the sideline and you see it on the stills or see it on the film, what as the quarterback can you do to make sure that maybe, you open in a different direction or something like that on given plays?
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. I look at the stills and stuff, but I don't look too much into it. It's false reality. So just trying to see what the defense did, that's all you can really control. And, yeah, I'm sure there's some plays, but it's all about where your eyes start, right? As a quarterback, what you're being told and where you're looking. Sometimes you miss things that people, you don't know if you missed it or not on the field, right? You walk off and you're like, darn, I looked at the picture, looked like it was there, but my eyes were starting where they were supposed to start. So sometimes that's how it is. And a lot of those sacks, too, it's just on me, just get the ball out to the open guy. It doesn't have to be an explosive play every time. And like I said, I thought the guys stepped up with a lot of our, some of our starters out. So that was really good, but got to watch the film and see how it really was. But it's all about timing and your footwork. Does it match up with the play? Does your drop match up to the route, to where your eyes are? And like I said, there's good players on the other side of the ball. So there's a clock going on in your head. You got to be ready for it. You can't just sit there and hold the ball all day.
Yofi Chen, right in the middle.
Hey, Mike, kind of just follow up what you just said. In the fourth quarter, there was a scramble play. It looks like you had the touchdown right there. Yet you have one defender to beat, but it didn't happen. Can you take us back to that play and explain your thought process there?
Trying to think here. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to watch the film, but there was someone in front of me. Otherwise, I would have gone in the end zone. So it's pretty simple.
Mac, over the past few weeks, we've seen the emergence of Ramondre, and on the touchdown pass to him, it was a hell of a catch. What was going through your mind to see him as a running back haul it in like that? And what has he meant for the offense over the last few weeks for you?
Yeah, Mondre's done a great job. Like I said, Damian not being out there, he's definitely carried the load there, and JJ stepping in there, making some plays too. Just proud of those guys. We have a great group of running backs. Vinny's done a really good job with those guys, and they actually put 2 guys on him a few times, so he still got open with 2 guys on him, which is pretty cool. So he's done a good job. He's a competitor, quiet but super competitive. He might not say it, but he is, and he's done a great job, and he'll continue to do that.
Mac, Jonathan Jones had quite a day today, but you go against him in practice every day. What have you learned about him as a football player?
Yeah, I think he's done a really good job this year playing different spots. I noticed early on, obviously he's historically been inside, but he's done a little bit of everything, and he's really fast, just quiet technician. I think he's done a great job for us. He's a great leader on this team too. Whether that's just when we're talking to him one-on-one or he's talking to the defense, you can tell they all respect him, and he has a very big voice in that room. So really happy to see him haul that one in, and he's obviously fast, so he's going to get to the end zone.
Hey, Mac, as you head into the bye here now, you mentioned the early down inefficiencies is something you want to fix. Is there anything that has your focus maybe individually into the bye week in addition to obviously kind of getting away for a little bit?
Yeah, I think, like I said, the coaches will evaluate all that, and they always do a great job of seeing what we do well and sticking with it, and then things we don't do well, how can we do better? So First and second down is a big part of the NFL. I think really good teams are good on first and second down, and then third down, it's just like, all right, they're in a better spot here, and they convert more. So you want to be above whatever percentage mark we kind of set, and we got to be better and extend drives that way. But every drive can't seem like it's so hard to get yards. We got to be able to skip some third downs and move the ball and get explosive plays. But once again, defenses are kind of trying to take that away, playing a lot of too high coverage and trying to stop that. So it's a respect towards our skill players and the guys we have.
Just want to get your thoughts on Nick Folk. I know you said you want to, put him in the end zone when you guys get down close, but
Yeah.
is it nice to know and feel like, once we're here, we can at least get 3 because he's been so consistent over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, and he's the man. I'm not going to jinx it or anything, but almost every time he goes up there, it seems like he has the confidence to put it through. And he's a great person, just works really hard, and has obviously played a lot of football and made a lot of kicks, and I'm sure he would tell you he's missed some kicks too. So I'm sure his journey, it's been up and down, obviously, but he's a great kicker, and you can tell that he's just been can't miss. I don't know how to describe it. He's just great. So we're just happy to have him. Cool. Thanks.